What's up, YouTube? It's Justin, and today we got a reaction. Yeah, now you know I'm always down to react to some ratchet ass shit that's recommended in the comments. And so you know today, by looking at this title, it's no goddamn different. Okay, today I'm gonna be looking at another fellow YouTuber named Sagittarius Shawty, who is going to be sharing her story time about the first time she got a train ran on her. Now, I don't know why somebody would comment this in my comments, but it was so wild that I felt like it was only right that I go ahead and do a reaction to it, because who in their right mind would tell a story about getting a train ran on? Okay? But then again, it's YouTube. So who wouldn't tell a story about getting a train ran on? So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, turn on your notifications so you know anytime anything is dropping on this channel. Let's go ahead and get into this goddamn story time. Strap on your seatbelts.
So before, I thought like me hooking up with two guys at the same time, I thought that was called a threesome, because who wouldn't think that? But according to everyone else, it's called a battery. So
battery.
the first time was I went to go see this guy in Saga, and I slept at his house, and we drank, and we drank like a full 26 or like a pack of like coolers or whatever. Yeah, big thing. Anyway, so yeah, we drank like a pack of coolers, like a 26er.
First of all, this bitch said we drunk a 26er. Bitch, 26 what? 26 beers? Let's just say he had 12. You had another 13? You drunk a 26er. Okay, we're not even almost. Okay, let's not get stuck. Let's make it to the train first.
I woke up and like I was still turned, I turned up more, I started drinking the rest of the 26er, and then he was getting boring, so I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna cut. And this guy had been messaging me from Brampton, so he Ubered me to Brampton. And
so she partook in drinking a 26 pack of beers, and then she got bored with him after drinking 13 to 14 of his beers, so she got Ubered to some available dick. Okay, this is already starting off good.
Guy's house, and he had more alcohol for me, because I had asked him to give me
and
more
she
alcohol,
wanted more alcohol.
I didn't want to stop turning up. I was having so a lot of fun.
Okay.
So I get there, and then I black the fuck out. I don't know what the fuck happened. But the next day, I woke.
You blacked out and you don't know what the fuck happened. This story is having so many red flags, and we haven't even touched the surface yet. This is blowing my goddamn mind. It's also making me nervous on having a daughter. Woo!
Up to pictures of me in his bed with my pants off and shit, but that's a different story that I'm not going to tell actually. And then from there, this guy I was talking to, he was so cute. We've been talking for a while, blah blah blah. He's like, okay, I'll Uber you to Scarborough. So he Ubers me to Scarborough. I get to the house.
This bitch is on her third dick for the day, and she's just getting more drunk and passing out with more men. Oh my lord. This is literally how when bitches get about 20 years older, then they become the women who start the Me Too movement. Okay, this is going down the wrong path very fast.
I knock on the door, and the guy that answers isn't the guy I've been talking to. I'm like, am I at the wrong house? He's like, no. He's like, don't worry. Or I'm his cousin or something. Or I'm his friend. He's gonna come soon. Blah blah blah. He's like, just come upstairs. I went upstairs, and it was awkward. It was just me sitting on a chair, and then he was sitting over on the bed.
Really, bitch? How drunk were you while you were standing in front of him? Because I know if that belly was full with those beers, more liquor, and more liquor. Bruh.
And then he looked at me. He was like, oh, he said we should start without him. I'm like, wait, what? Or he said something along the lines of yeah, we should start without him. Or he said that you should hook up with me first and until he gets here. And then I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't mind, because, like, the guy that was sitting on the bed, like, the guy that came to the door was cuter than the guy who was going to come. So then we hook up or whatever. Like, the guy comes, he walks in, and
this bitch just having her a little old dick fiesta today, okay? Any dick in her vision, she wants it, okay? She wants the weenie. She wants the weenie. This sounds like how Bill Cosby probably got in trouble.
basically, like, I call it a pig roast, because it'd be me, like
Pig roast is a fitting word. Name.
Here, hitting me from the back,
All
and then
of
me,
the
like,
above.
sucking one dick while he's, like, laying down. That's why I call it a pig roast, because, like, I'm basically being pig roasted, but apparently it's called a battery. But I'm still gonna call it a pig roast. And then, yeah, like, we finished up or whatever. And then,
After they finished, who looked at who first in disgust? And I mean out of the men, because I know, first of all, it's no way, me personally, that I'm gonna be in the room with another swinging dick, okay? I will be in the room with multiple women with my dick swinging, but I will never be and then look up and see another dick, okay? I'm going limp, okay? It's not gonna work out how she wants it to, so it's not gonna happen like that. Never in life, okay? I don't even understand this, but what I do want to understand is who looked at who first to be like, we actually did this.
they deny it, or, like, they finally admitted to it after that.
They denied it.
Like, when I exposed them or whatever, one of them
She
said
exposed
that I
it.
looked like I was on crack. But, like, the thing is, I was, like, blackout drunk the whole fucking day. Like, I literally skipped from guy to guy to guy to different city to different city. And, like, it was just, like, so much fun.
Wow.
Okay, and then the story of...
Bitch, I could smell the dick on your breath now.
Three stories that stick out that for the worst chick experiences, and I'm going to start with the first one. Okay, the first one is... So, I'm working in Oshawa, and this guy comes into my room, like, he's shaking, like, I'm like, okay, what's wrong with you, like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine, like, blah, 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 and, like, I know he's on some sort of drug, so, like, he comes in or whatever, and, like, he sits down on my bed, and then, like, he takes his pants off, and then he sits down again, and then, like, he goes to move, and, like,
Sign number 1100. If you're a woman and men just take their dick out while y'all are sitting down, 9 times out of 10, he can smell the dick oozing off your breath, okay? That's probably the number one sign to know if you're a hoe or not. If motherfuckers just pull out their dick, you're a hoe, okay? Don't fight it. I'm sure you work pretty hard for that title.
A shit stain on my bed, and that was not there before. So I'm just looking at it, and, like, I'm like disgusted, like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I look at him, I'm like, what's that? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, bro, you just put a fucking shit stain on my fucking bed. And then, like, I'm like, you need to leave, like, and then he left, and I'm like, I was just so grossed out, like,
I'm gonna take back like 20 hoe points that I already gave her for not still having sex with a dude who shitted on her bed. At least she had some morals, okay? She might have ate 7 dicks in one day and drunk a 36 pack of beers to fill up her tummy, but yeah, man, that's crazy. It's crazy.
And, like, take off my sheets, like, take off, like, everything, just, like, throw it on the ground. And then, like, second time would be... Ooh, this white guy, okay, I was working in Hamilton, and this white guy who's on coke came to my room, like, we did like a bunch of coke or whatever, and, he made me turn on BBC porn, and he fucked me well. He made me tell him how much I love black dick, and I was like, it was just really awkward, and, like, he paid me for 2 hours, and, like, since he was on coke, like, obviously he didn't last the 2, like, he would have lasted 2 hours if I didn't kick him out, because, like, when you're on coke, you don't come easily or whatever, or you don't come, or you don't get hard, like, type like that. So like, yeah, like we're watching like BBC porn. He's like, have you ever had a train run on you? Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah. He's like telling me stories about it. And he was like moaning while I was telling him the story, and I'm like, can you please leave? And then the third one would be I was working in Cambridge. I don't know why I'm listing where I was working when this was happening, but anyways, I was in Cambridge and this Asian guy comes to see me, and like he walks in, like he gives me the money.
I'm quiet as hell right now because I'm just stunned. My brain is having a seizure right now listening to this bitch talk.
And then like he goes to give me a hug, but then like, okay, well, I thought,
please hold your daughters tight at night.
He's going to give me a hug. He comes up to me, he puts his arms around me, and then all of a sudden he jumps on me and wraps his legs around me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So like I started walking around like trying to push him off. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And like he wouldn't get off me. He was just hanging on me. So then I did like this like, okay, who's like, I've used my weight.
Imagine how big of a woman she has to be for a grown ass man to be hanging onto her leg.
Time, and like I like basically like just like flopped down on the bed with him, like on top of him, so it's like he would get like squished. And then he finally let go, and then like he sat on my lap, and then he made me carry him around, like, you know, like on your, like you would carry a baby. Like he made me carry him like this, like in my arms, and just like walk around with him. And I was like, what the fuck? And like he didn't speak English, okay? Like he spoke like barely any English. So when I told him to fuck off, he wouldn't fuck off. And he kept like trying to get me to carry him and like doing weird shit. And like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then I was like so weirded out that I had to go downstairs and go to the bar and just like start drinking. I'm like,
okay, this bitch's story is done, okay? She didn't learn a goddamn thing from a goddamn thing out of a goddamn thing to do a goddamn thing different. I don't even understand. Please pray for this bitch. I don't even understand why in the fuck somebody commented this in the comments for me to check out. I don't understand. I'm having a hard time still. I'm still trying to process it. And I think I've lost about 27 brain cells listening to this bitch talk about drinking 27 beers and then eating 37 dicks. This was crazy. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this story. What is your wildest experience? Do you have anything that could top this? And y'all say some wild ass shit in the comments. So, let me know if you have anything wilder than this story-wise, because I want to hear it. Write it out in the comments, and we're going to have a whole little session on this, because this is blowing my goddamn mind, okay? But this is also letting me know that if we could have had cameras around for bitches that mess with Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and things of that nature, they would probably sound just like this. And the woman who started the Me Too movement, if they had a camera in front of this, I'm sure they would probably all sound like this. Because it's just like once a girl gets to the point where they feel like, oh, I did all this hoish stuff in my life, now I want to be a new woman, and I want to tell girls, young girls, don't be like that. That is nasty. Don't let a man objectify you. Men are nasty whores, and they only want to put their things in your mouth and your butthole and every other hole. But it's literally from bitches like this who drink a 75 pack of beer and then want to take shots of Fireball, then open up her ass, pussy, and mouth, and then after the guys are done, be like, ew, they're weird. Okay, bitch, where was the weirdness when you were getting your fucking cupcake stuffed? Okay. Just kidding. Well guys, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like this video, turn on your notifications so you know every time anything is dropping on this channel. Till next time guys, I'm out of here.